This season, one particular face is conspicuous by its absence. It's the first time since 1994 that Graham Poll hasn't been refereeing in the Premier League. He retired earlier this year, and now he's brought out a book. Not something referees normally do, but Poll has become famous, whether he intended it or not.
I wanted to referee the best games I possibly could. That's natural. Any player wants to play in the biggest games. You know, I mean, the game I always wanted to referee and never did was Brazil-Argentina, because that to me would just be fantastic, you know, to actually do that. I never refereed Brazil, I refereed Argentina once. So of course, do you want to referee the big profile games? Yes, of course you do. Did I ask to be high profile? No, I asked to referee what people thought I was capable of, which was the high profile games.
Poll left the world of sales to follow in his father's footsteps and become a referee. He took charge of more than 1,500 games, including the UEFA Cup final. His decision-making and his ability to smile in tense situations gained the respect of many, like Sir Alex Ferguson, who described him as England's best officiator. As scrutiny grew, Poll usually dealt well with the pressure.
When the Premier League started, there were 6 cameras at a game showing a match live. There are now over 20. When you go to the World Cup, there's something like 27 around the stadium. And each and every decision you give is going to be analysed at different speeds and everything else. So that pressure is enormous if you allow it to become so. The way to do it is referee a game on the pitch, on the grass, and don't worry about the game that's unfolding on the television screen. That's the key for any referee, is if you can do a game to the satisfaction of the 22 players, then you've done your job.
Poll's reputation was such that he was given a lot of big games.
Nothing more. On the pitch to the ball and I'm sorted. Nothing more in here. Understand? Thank you. Nothing more in here. Thank you.
Take, for example, Arsenal versus Manchester United at Highbury in 2005. There'd been extra bite in this fixture for years, and whilst both sets of players lost their heads, Poll kept his, putting in a dominant refereeing performance. Yellow cards aplenty, a sending off even, but some fantastic football as United ran out 4-2 winners.
If I can only take one memory with me up to football heaven, hopefully, it will be that game, because it had everything in it. You know, it had the previous history. You know, the Arsenal lost a 14 much unbeaten run. There'd been the Pizzagate stuff going on. It was unrefereeable, apparently.
But sadly, Poll may well be remembered most for his calamitous error in the match between Croatia and Australia at the 2006 World Cup. He showed 3 yellow cards to Josip Simonic before sending off the Croatian. Poll's dream of refereeing the final was over.
I mean, I had a week in Germany sitting in my hotel room the first 3 days, not allowed out the hotel because of the cameramen around and everything else. And so therefore, of course, you go over it again and again and again, and you wake up thinking it hasn't happened. The game's today, it's all been a bad dream, and of course it had happened. And I've still never satisfactorily come to the conclusion of exactly why it happened, other than fatigue and stress. But it was a human error, and to err is human.
Poll quit international football, but he was persuaded to continue in the Premier League. He stayed for one more season, and his last hurrah was the Championship playoff final between West Brom and Derby County. Amidst the clamour for changes in the game, like goal line technology or the use of 2 referees, Poll asked for just one thing where officials are concerned.
The life of a referee can be improved. You don't need to change the laws at all, because the laws of football's a fantastic game, first and foremost. That's key. It's supporting the referee. It's encouraging the referee to be strong and apply the laws properly, fairly and equitably. And if he doesn't, he does need to be sanctioned or educated, whichever way you want to take that round. But if he does do his job, he needs to be supported 100% with strong punishments to those people that actually try and undermine his authority.
Refereeing is harder than ever. We've already seen this season that it's tough for the men in black to hide from the limelight. Referees of Graham Poll's ability don't come around too often. Some will miss him, some won't. It goes with the territory.
Happy Christmas in there. That's all. Cheers, thanks very much. All the best.